Okay, time to sound off in the comments. From East Coast to West Coast, which type of hardcore is the best right now? Which one was the best back in the day? Which coast do you rep harder? I'm curious. Let's discuss a little bit. Give me some good thoughts and get some new bands I should check out and everything. Yeah. What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Matt Diazable, coming at you with a new music review. I hope you're doing really well. Today, I am checking out the latest split between Pain of Truth and Sunami, called Coast to Coast. If you've been to my channel, you know I've checked these bands out before, but if you've never heard of them, Pain of Truth is a New York hardcore band, while Sunami is a California hardcore band. Pretty simple, like they play heavy music, music to mosh to, stage dive, hit people, just go nuts and everything. And back in, I think it was 2023, they both put out some debut, if not, yeah, their debut albums both came out in 2023. I reviewed them. They were some of my favorite records from that year. A lot of people in the hardcore metal scene, they definitely enjoyed Sunami and Pain of Truth when they were dropping those albums, because Pain of Truth had like 1 million features on that album that everyone loved. And then Sunami just put out, you know, they had so much hype behind them with their latest album coming out. People are like, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? I think the hype was there because they just put out a full, short, ass-beating record and everything. So these guys put out some really good material back in 2023. So this is their latest material they've had, and this is 2025. I think I said that a little bit too much, but oh well. And with this latest release from the bands, I gotta say, the bands, you know, they're delivering that kind of unrelenting hardcore music that they're known for. But given with their like reputations and just how big of a name they are, I feel like this split was a little bit underwhelming. There's plenty of heaviness, groove, and aggression from these bands. Like, don't get me wrong about that. They're doing what they do well, but nothing about it is really pushing things forward or just being very like wow inspiring. But maybe that was the point of this EP, just to make some ass beating songs, just to have some hard songs. I feel like overall with these songs that they're playing it a little bit safe, and that's kind of funny coming from the hardcore scene where, you know, things are heavy and massive and nothing really feels safe, but it feels like they're sticking to their familiar formula almost to the T with it, because a lot of the songs just, well, the few songs that are on here, they don't have that extra punch that makes this really stand out that much or make them seem like, oh, like Tsunami's doing something great, Pain of Truth is doing something great. They're just doing what they're doing, and it's just coming out kind of okay. Pain of Truth kicks the EP off with their signature style of groovy and thick riffage. The opening song here, Shattered Past, opens up with a dark and menacing energy driven by some really big and heavy drums and sharp guitar work. It's a solid track, I will give that to them for sure, but it doesn't really bring anything particularly new to the table. The pacing and the structure of the song is what you would expect. It's very tight, it's very aggressive, and very riff heavy in terms of the guitar playing, but nothing really lingers or leaves a lasting impression on you. It just kind of, it comes and goes in a weird way. So I want to play a clip of Shattered Past so you get a sense of just how it's, yeah, it's good, but something about it's just off a little bit. Like, it's heavy and stuff, but it felt like that build up right there. They could have done something more with it. It just felt like a missed opportunity. The Enemy, the other song from Pain of Truth, kind of fares better in terms of like using drum rolls and the cymbal crashes to help build a bigger and larger atmosphere than Shattered Past. The riffs feel more impactful and the bass adds a lot more solid weight to the track. And I think the real highlight of this particular track and just Pain of Truth side of the EP is the backing vocals. It really gives the song a big and just huge like anthem feel to it. Like, it just feels larger than life. The breakdown at the end of the song, well, it lands pretty well, but then again, it's kind of the same old stuff that you would hear from them before rather than just really surprising you. So it's kind of just like, it's good, it's okay. but you're not too impressed. Sunami's side of the EP, feels slightly different, but drastically not so much. Doubt introduces some really sharp and more refined vocals for Sunami, with the bass sitting really nicely in the mix and is just adding a lot of depth to the track. However, the drums, they have a really strange, almost like weird popping quality to them, and it just makes it feel like they're a little bit awkward and just not as sharp and as good as they've always been before. There's not that usual punch they have. They just seem a little bit on the flat side, I guess. But here's a little clip of Doubt so you get a sense of just how the drums and just aren't as strong as they could be, and just, the sharpness of the new vocal, not new vocals, but the sharpness of the vocalists.
When push comes to shove and the shit gets tough, while you're fighting for fight, or just give up, bleed, fight, you die.
Yeah, just something's a little bit off. Fence Walker keeps the energy up with more locked in vocal delivery and a noticeable shift in the production compared to their previous work. That's one thing I've noticed about Sunami side. The production, I think, might be the issue here in terms of just like them not sounding like their usual self. The bass is really thick on this track, and the riffs shift between like dense, heavy chugs and groovier sections to create this really cool push-pull effect of like heavy and like groovy at the same time. While the song's structure is solid, I feel like, the song lacks that extra level of intensity or chaos that, previous Sunami tracks have. It doesn't feel as explosive as before. While this split EP isn't bad by all means, I just can't shake this feeling that, it could have been more. Both bands are sticking to what they know here and doing what they do best, and they don't necessarily really elevate their sound, but I guess that's the point of this EP. It's just to have fun, with their boys, the homies coming together, making a split EP. It's more cool and just having fun and trying to push their sound, I guess. So I would say longtime fans of the bands Pain of Truth and Sunami are going to really enjoy the expected levels of heaviness and aggression that the band is known for. But the fans who are hoping for something that's a little bit more dynamic or unexpected, they might not have like a lasting impression with this EP. Like I said, I think it's just something they wanted to do for fun, put it out there. Who doesn't want to make a split EP with their friends and everything and just have fun? So I think if you don't take it as like a serious release as much, maybe it's more enjoyable. But compared to their previous works and everything, I hate to compare, but it's just not up to par with what they've all put out before. So I gotta say, this latest split EP from Pain of Truth and Sunami is a good and decent 6.5 out of 10. Links down below. Like I said before, tell me, East Coast, West Coast, who are the bands you picking that in the hardcore scene now, before, that I should check out, or I should do some more reviews on, or just to talk about. Yeah. So until next time, guys, see you in the pit.
Good things about you.